And navigating through life can be tough, especially in one's teenage years. It's a time of growth and discovery, a period when young individuals are trying to find their place in this vast world. But along with the excitement and joy come challenges and obstacles that can feel overwhelming. Let's take a moment to reflect on what it's like to be a teenager today. It's an era of change, both physically and emotionally. The pressure to fit in, to excel academically, to manage relationships, and to meet societal expectations can be daunting. And while these challenges are a part of growing up, for some, they can become too heavy to bear. Now, we need to address the elephant in the room: teen suicide. Yes, it's a heavy topic, but one that demands our attention. It's a silent crisis that's been steadily growing, affecting families and communities across the globe. Teen suicide isn't just about statistics, it's about real lives. It's about sons and daughters, friends and classmates, vibrant individuals with dreams and potential. Each story is a heartbreaking reminder of a life cut short, of pain that was too overwhelming, of a cry for help that went unheard. While it's uncomfortable to talk about, silence isn't the solution. We can't turn a blind eye to the pain and despair that some teenagers are experiencing. We need to foster an environment where mental health is discussed openly and without judgment. We need to ensure that every young person knows they're not alone, that there's help available, and that it's okay to reach out. Understanding the gravity of teen suicide is the first step towards addressing this crisis. We need to break the silence, challenge the stigma, and open up the conversation. It's about acknowledging the pain, offering support, and most importantly, fostering hope. The issue of teen suicide is real, and it's time we acknowledge it. As we delve deeper into this topic, remember that understanding is the first step towards change. Let's keep our hearts open, our minds receptive, and our spirits ready to make a difference. The numbers tell a story that we can't afford to ignore. In the United States alone, suicide is the second leading cause of death among teenagers. That's a startling fact. Imagine, for every 15 teenagers, one has seriously considered suicide in the past year. These aren't just numbers plucked out of thin air. They're drawn from extensive research, from surveys and studies conducted by reputable organizations like the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. They're the result of countless hours of professionals sifting through data and piecing together a picture of the mental health landscape for our youth. Let's delve deeper. It's not just a national concern, it's a global issue. Across the world, suicide rates among teenagers have been on the rise for the past 2 decades. In some countries, the rate has even doubled. Breaking it down further, we see that suicide rates differ between genders. Teen boys are more likely to die by suicide, while teen girls are more likely to attempt it. This disparity underscores the different pressures and challenges faced by boys and girls, and the different ways they cope with them. Moreover, the data tells us that LGBTQ+ teens are at a significantly greater risk. They are almost 5 times as likely to attempt suicide compared to their heterosexual peers. Such an alarming statistic sheds light on the unique struggles faced by these youngsters, often including bullying, discrimination, and rejection. The impact of these numbers on our society is profound. Each statistic represents a life cut short, a family shattered, and a community left grappling with the loss. It's not just about the individual, it's about the ripple effect that extends far beyond that one life. The numbers also highlight the urgent need for action. They underscore the importance of mental health awareness, early intervention, and comprehensive support systems for our teens. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent real lives, real pain. They're a wake-up call to us all that we need to do more, to understand more, to care more. Because every single life matters. Every single teen matters. Often the signs are there, but we may fail to see them. This phrase is especially true when it comes to understanding the hidden signs of a teen contemplating suicide. These signs can be subtle, often masked by the normal ups and downs of teenage life. However, we can't afford to miss them, because recognizing these signs is the first step to potentially saving a life. One of the most common warning signs is a dramatic change in behavior. This could mean a sudden drop in academic performance, a loss of interest in activities they once enjoyed, or a sudden change in their circle of friends. While these might seem like typical teenage behavior, they could also be a cry for help. Another warning sign could be the expression of feelings of hopelessness or worthlessness. Phrases like, "I just can't do it anymore," or "I'm a burden to everyone," should raise red flags. These expressions might come out in conversations, or they might be hidden in their writings or posts on social media. A heightened sense of isolation or withdrawal from friends and family is another key warning sign. If your teen is spending more time alone, especially if they used to be sociable, it could be a sign that they're struggling. It's also important to be aware of any signs of self-harm or talk of suicide. These are serious red flags and should never be ignored or dismissed as attention-seeking behavior. While it's crucial to recognize these signs, understanding them is just as important. Open conversations are vital. We need to create a safe space for our teens to express their feelings without judgment. It's not about fixing their problems, but about showing them that they're not alone, that their feelings matter, and that there is help available. We also must remember that these signs are not definitive proof that a teen is contemplating suicide. They are indications that your teen is going through a tough time and may need professional help. Recognizing these signs is the first step to potentially saving a life. So, let's be vigilant, understanding, and open. Let's make sure that no cry for help goes unanswered. In this digital age, social media plays a significant role in our lives, more so in the lives of our teenagers. The internet is a double-edged sword. On one side, it's a treasure trove of information, a platform for self-expression, and a bridge that connects us with people from all corners of the world. On the other side, it can be a source of pressure, a breeding ground for comparison, and a space that amplifies feelings of inadequacy. Social media, in particular, can contribute to feelings of depression and isolation. With every scroll, click, and like, teenagers are bombarded with images of seemingly perfect lives. They see their peers achieving milestones, flaunting flawless bodies, and living life to the fullest. This constant exposure to curated perfection can lead to feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and a sense of isolation. The irony is stark. In a world more connected than ever, our teenagers are feeling more alone than ever. Moreover, cyberbullying is another dark side of social media. The anonymity and distance offered by the online world can embolden individuals to target and harass others, leading to intense feelings of worthlessness and despair in the victims. These experiences can often trigger suicidal thoughts. However, we need to remember that social media, like any other tool, is not inherently good or bad. It's how we use it that determines its impact. Therefore, it's crucial to monitor and regulate social media use. Encourage teenagers to use these platforms mindfully, to question the reality behind the perfect images, to prioritize real-world connections, and to take regular digital detoxes. Teach them to use the block and report features effectively to protect themselves from cyberbullying. Encourage them to reach out to trusted adults if they're feeling overwhelmed or targeted online. Let's remind them that it's okay to not have a perfect life, that it's okay to be a work in progress, that it's okay to be human. While social media can be a tool for connection, it can also be a trigger for despair. Let's ensure we use this tool wisely, to build bridges, not walls. The stigma associated with mental health issues often prevents those struggling from seeking help. This is a reality that we need to change. Imagine living in a world where mental health is as openly discussed as physical health. A world where one can express their emotional struggles without fear of judgment or rejection. This is the world we need to strive for. Stigmatization creates a wall, a barrier that discourages individuals from reaching out. It's a silent monster that feeds on the fear of societal rejection and misunderstanding. It's high time we challenge these stigmatizing attitudes and pave the way for a more accepting and understanding society. Breaking the stigma doesn't mean we have to become experts in psychology. It just means we need to be there, to listen, to understand, to empathize. We need to foster an environment where talking about mental health is normalized, where expressing vulnerability is not seen as a sign of weakness but as a step towards healing. It's essential to remember that mental health is not a choice. Nobody chooses to be depressed, anxious, or suicidal. It's not a character flaw or a sign of weakness, it's a health issue just like any physical ailment. We don't blame someone for having a fever or a broken bone, do we? Let's encourage open and non-judgmental conversations about mental health. Let's educate ourselves and others about the realities of mental health issues and suicide. Let's be kind with our words and actions, remembering that everyone is fighting their own battles, seen or unseen. Let's challenge and change the harmful stereotypes and misconceptions surrounding mental health. Let's replace judgment with understanding, ignorance with knowledge, and fear with courage. Let's make it okay to not be okay. Remember, it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to offer help. Let's strive to create a world where everyone feels safe and supported in sharing their struggles. It's not an overnight change, But with each open conversation, we're one step closer. It's time to break the silence and start the conversation. Prevention is always better than cure, especially when it comes to mental health. The best way to prevent teen suicide is by prioritizing mental health education, early intervention, and creating supportive environments. Mental health education is crucial in preventing teen suicide. By educating teens about mental health, we equip them with the knowledge to understand their emotions, identify signs of distress in themselves and others, and seek help when needed. This education can come in many forms, such as school programs, online resources, or even discussions at home. It's about creating an open dialogue where teens can feel safe to express their feelings without fear of judgment. Early intervention is another powerful tool in our prevention strategy. Spotting the signs of mental distress early can save lives. This could be changes in mood, withdrawal from friends and family, or a decrease in interest in activities they once loved. It's important to not dismiss these signs as just teenage mood swings. If you notice these signs in a teen, it's crucial to seek professional help. Creating supportive environments is perhaps the most important factor in prevention. Teens need to know that it's okay to not be okay. They need to feel heard, understood, and supported. This means fostering an environment where they can express their feelings without fear of ridicule or dismissal. It's about showing empathy, understanding, and patience. It's also essential to remember that prevention isn't just about individuals. It's about our communities, schools, and society as a whole. We all need to play our part in creating a culture where mental health is prioritized and stigma is eliminated. We need to promote a culture of openness, empathy, and understanding. Remember, every conversation we have about mental health, every time we show empathy to a struggling teen, and every effort we make to educate ourselves and others can make a difference. We all have a role to play in prevention, and every single effort counts. Prevention is a collective effort. We all have a role to play. Connection is a powerful antidote to despair. This is the thought that we need to keep at the forefront of our minds as we navigate the challenging waters of teen suicide prevention. Remember, the teen years are a time of immense change and growth, a time when emotions can feel overpowering and the world can seem overwhelming. It's during these years that our young ones need us the most, not to solve their problems, but to be there for them, to listen, to understand, and to let them know that they are not alone. The importance of reaching out to a struggling teen cannot be overstated. It's not about prying or pushing them to divulge their deepest fears and anxieties. It's about creating a safe and non-judgmental space where they can express their feelings without the fear of being dismissed or criticized. It's about showing them that their feelings matter, that they matter. We often feel the need to offer solutions to fix things. But sometimes what a struggling teen needs is not a solution, but a shoulder. A shoulder to lean on, a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder that says, "I'm here for you no matter what." Offering support to a teen in despair is more than just words. It's about actions, gestures, and deeds that convey empathy and compassion. It's about being present, both physically and emotionally. It's about validating their feelings, acknowledging their pain, and reassuring them that it's okay to not be okay. Let's not forget, teens are still learning how to navigate their emotions, how to express their feelings, how to ask for help. So it's up to us, the adults in their lives, to reach out, to initiate the conversation, to open the door for dialogue. And lastly, let's remember that a simple question can make a world of difference. A question that shows concern, that shows care, that shows love. A question that can potentially save a life. Never underestimate the power of a simple "Are you okay?" Now that we understand the issue better, it's time to act. It's time to step beyond our comfort zones and reach out to those who might be struggling. We can't always see the pain hidden behind a smile, but we can make it a point to be there, to listen, to offer a safe space. Let's make it our mission to listen without judgment. It's not about offering solutions or fixing problems. It's about being there, being present, showing that we care. When we see someone struggling, let's not hesitate to seek professional help. It's not a sign of weakness, but a step towards strength and recovery. And if you're wondering where to start, remember, it begins with a simple hello, an extended hand, an open heart. It's about connecting on a human level, about reminding each other that we're not alone. Remember, your actions could save a life. Reach out, connect, and make a difference.